Welcome to the course for protecting legal rights of artists and designers at Columbus College of Art and Design. This is the class for 2021, and this is what I'd also like to refer to as the business law class. So, hello, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the class and set some expectations and sort of introduce myself and the class itself. So that's me, and I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am and why this class is here. Who am I? I am Jonathan Politi. And why is this class here? Well, because they are coming to get your stuff. It may sound a little paranoid, but understand that when you create something, you have rights in what you create, and there are people who are out there who would either take advantage of you or try to get more out of you than what they're entitled to or what you would give to them. And so I put it in terms of they're coming to get your stuff, they're coming to get your creative works, your intellectual property, your sweat equity, your profit, and your time. A lot of creatives believe that all they have to do is go into business by starting doing what they love, and then success will follow. If you build it, they will come. Good things will happen, and luck and fortune will favor them. And when they fail, it's because they failed to see the bigger picture. What it takes to make a business into a success, to turn passion into a profession and profit from it. This course, along with the other business courses here at CCAD, were set up with the big picture in mind. It was started with the idea of empowerment. Truly what this course is about. Giving you the ability to succeed in what you do, however you define it, however you decide to set your goals and set yourself in motion. We want to help you set up for success. This class is normally what we call a hybrid class. It's normally in the classroom with portions online. There are lots of in-class learning experiences, creative activities that engage and educate in practical ways. What you see on screen are a lot of the different things that we do normally in the classroom environment. This class is designed to take advantage of what we have at CCAD. However, with the pandemic, that means the course has to change. We are now completely online. We're no longer on campus. And some of the things that we are able to do in person and together will have to be modified and reimagined. The basic idea is still there. And as a class, we're still here. Just getting together in different ways now. Yes, these are your classmates, and I know more than likely these are your photos from when you first came to CCAD, and you no longer look like the person that's in that picture. We'll get to that. These are your classmates, and this is our class this semester. So again, welcome, and I'm glad to have you here. I have good expectations for the course and what we will do together. Part of the purpose of this introduction is to help set expectations for me and for all of you. And that being said about expectations, let me set some expectations with you. This is the attorney thing, disclaimer. It's the thing that attorneys do. Although this class covers legal topics and the instructor is a licensed attorney, that's me, none of the information that is covered is being provided as legal advice and should not be treated as such. I am not giving you specific legal advice for your business or to you personally. This is a general information course that's being provided for educational purposes. No lawyer-client, attorney-client, or solicitor-client relationship shall be created through the use of these materials or participation in this course. I am not your attorney. In fact, there's an inherent conflict of interest in my being both your professor and your attorney at the same time. The danger being that one role could influence the other. So to prevent even the appearance of being improper, I am not allowed to do both. For the balance of the semester and for as long as you are my students, I can't be your lawyer. Legal information is provided as general information and is provided without any representation or warranties, express or implied. The information here is not the same as a legal opinion that you would receive if you were paying an attorney to represent you and advise you. Although the best efforts have been made to make certain the information provided is current and accurate, there are no warranties or representations that any of the information is true, accurate, complete, current, or non-misleading. That means I've done my best to research and keep current the information that I'm providing to you, but I am not infallible, and inevitably the law, policies, and circumstances change. So keep that in mind. Neither I nor the information here is perfect. If you have specific questions about any legal matter, you should consult your lawyer or other professional legal services provider. Again, I am not your attorney. If you need legal assistance, you're going to have to get legal representation somewhere else. So, that's my standard disclaimer that I give with all my presentations and lectures to set expectations of the viewers, audience, and students. But wait, there's more. With the course being shifted to online, CCAD has provided the faculty with a new host of tools to use. That comes with a learning curve, like drinking from a fire hose. I have a lot to do in order to get the materials to you and understand how the new tools work. So bear with me as I get a handle on the new software and apps. That includes Moodle, formerly known as GoStudio, Loom, the Adobe products, and Microsoft Office. I am scripting and recording and then editing these videos and materials as we go. I'll try to reuse recordings that I previously created when I can, but some of the materials will need to be updated as the law changes or the emphasis in this course may change. And I have to modify or reimagine a lot of the materials for this course. There's no textbook for this course. I made that decision years ago because of the cost. They are way too expensive for what they have to offer, and because of the subject matter, many business textbooks don't meet the needs of the students in this program. That means, however, that I have no publisher and no support staff to help me with updating and transforming the course materials. And there are many experiences that won't exactly translate into an online experience from the in-person experiences. Again, I want to set expectations at the beginning so you understand the constraints and limitations for the course this semester. I want you to be as flexible and understanding with me as I expect to be with you. Dates on the syllabus are probably going to change. The assignments may need modification as we progress in order to make them work within the context of the course. And there'll probably be things that come up along the way that we didn't anticipate. That being said, we'll make the class work, and I plan on being educational and entertaining. Learning should be fun. That brings us back around to the course and why we are here, who am I, and why is this class here. Who am I? Well, let me give you some background on me. Like I said, I'm Jonathan Politi. I'm a practicing attorney in the Columbus area. Been an attorney for almost 24 years now. I limit my practice to areas such as small business, estate planning, probate, real estate, and consumer practice. I like to have clients that can leave the office with a smile on their faces. Been teaching for about 15 years. I started out at the local libraries giving seminars, and then taught at Kent State University. During that process, I was trying to create teaching materials using animation, and I wound up connecting with the chair of the animation department here at CCAD, a professor by the name of Ron Sachs. I moved to Columbus about 10 years ago. At the time, I contacted Ron about coming to the school to learn animation, and at the time, the school was setting up its business entrepreneurship program, and he asked if I would like to come teach. That brings me to why the class is here. Students were getting taken advantage of. They would come to the school and learn the skills to be creative, but they would leave and not be ready to go into business, not know how to negotiate a contract with a client, not understand budgeting and taxes, not understand how to research the market and how to advertise and create a brand, and not understand the laws that apply to them and what they do. This class in particular is here to give students tools in their toolbox, not to turn you into attorneys, but to make it so that you're able to recognize how the law works, where to find resources and guidance, and what to do to be successful so far as protecting what you own, your work, your brand, your property. It's in the name of the class, protecting the legal rights of artists and designers. Now, there are many creatives that believe they can't get a handle on how a business works, that they aren't wired to do the logical, lineal tasks that it takes to keep a basic business. They say that they are right-brained and that business is for left-brained people. That the right side of the brain is the fun side, and the left side of the brain is the boring side, and that law is boring. Poppycock. You can learn about business regardless of how creative you are. There are two simple truths to this. One, both sides of the brain work together. Barring some condition that splits the corpus callosum or some other affliction of the brain, you can learn because your brain is plastic. You can train because your brain is trainable. At the very least, you can learn what is important and know what to recognize, and then outsource the jobs that take away your time or joy if you can afford to have someone else take care of those matters. But at the very least, you'll be able to talk intelligently and know what to look for. And two, think big picture. Holistically, a business is made of many parts that all need to function and work together. You need to understand how things work, and being right-brained makes you well suited to those tasks. Business classes help you recognize what is important and give you points of reference for the business world. The business curriculum is set up to help prepare students for the realities of being in business. The business minor is available to you if you're interested in taking additional classes to this one. Even for seniors, it may be possible to qualify for the minor. So if you weren't aware of the business minor, reach out to us. This visual shows how the different schools and majors at CCAD are connected. And if you look closely, there at the center, you'll see business and entrepreneurship. This class, Protecting the Legal Rights of Artists and Designers, focuses on the law as it applies to professional practice as artists and designers. Intellectual property, business structures, contracts and negotiations. It's all about learning how to protect your work, knowing what you can own, and who you are dealing with, as well as communicating with people. With others, learning to communicate clearly as to what you want. Don't give instructions that can be understood. Give instructions that can't be misunderstood. And to communicate with yourself, what I call the honest conversation. We have 15 weeks to cover a lot of materials. By now, you should have downloaded the syllabus for the course and reviewed it. We're going to be dealing with a lot of different areas, learning about what to do and how to do it. Let's get started and jump right in. Normally this class is taught over in the design studios over on Broad Street in the Mind Market. At the beginning of the semester, I would normally come in and use the whiteboard wall and diagram our map for the semester with different topics that we would be covering over the course. This is what it would look like. We don't have that luxury because of online learning. So instead, I have put this into a PowerPoint slide instead of just having the photo. So you can see we go from section to section, law and the legal system, into business structures and planning. We're going to touch a little bit on liability and culpability, which leads into contracts and negotiations, then into employment law. We're going to cover a little bit about marketing and managing privacy and best practices, and then that'll take us into intellectual property. From there, that'll take us to the final exam, and that should cover us for about 15 weeks and should keep us busy. Again, I call it drinking from the fire hose. So as far as grades are concerned, there are assignments, quizzes and tests, and attendance and participation. Those are the big three. Normally in class, there are assignments and there are opportunities to participate, and this semester we'll do that online, providing that the technology cooperates. This class is not going to be at a set time, synchronized for everybody to sign in like a Zoom meeting or Microsoft Teams or GoToMeeting. This is an asynchronous class. So the lessons will be recorded and posted for you to view. There will be assignments given out, and you'll be required to record your answers and responses. The plan is that they will be used in this class. Materials that you provide in the answers and in recordings or assignments, those can be used for class purposes. They can also be used for promotion of the class at CCAD. If you do not wish for your recordings to be shared, you need to communicate any objections to me so that we can make arrangements. So any of the recorded materials that I provide, those are for your personal education. They are not meant to be repurposed, so you do not have a license to go and resell them or to give them away to other people. Alright, even though this class is asynchronous, there are parts of the class where there is interaction. I expect for you to behave yourselves in a manner that is respectful to other participants and not disrupt the class. And I'm going to refer you to the Code of Student Conduct. Disruptive behavior can result in results that negatively reflect on the student's grade for the class. Disabilities. If you have a documented physical or psychological disability, disability services will assist you. In order for me to make reasonable accommodations, I need official communication from the school. You'll have to submit paperwork to disability services, and then they will in turn give that to me. Work and photos. Ask me about this before we start class. So, work, photos, video, and other submissions may be used in promoting this class and also to capture moments. Again, as I said before, if you do not want your work or likeness shared, please make me aware. You are responsible for the syllabus and the expectations that it sets. There will be a quiz on the syllabus to make sure that you're familiar with it. That syllabus is here to help you succeed in class, and the class is here to help you succeed in business. All right. That brings us to what I call the honest conversation. The honest conversation is the one that you have with yourself about values and what's important. How do you define success? When you told people around you that you were going to art school, many of you probably heard from your acquaintances, your friends, your family, and others that you can't be successful as an artist. Lots of other voices to listen to when you decided to go down this path. The important person to listen to, the important voice to listen to, is yours. What is important? What do you value? How do you define success? Fame, fortune, creative opportunity, what do you want, and where do you see yourself? How can you make it sustainable? Our first assignment, that's going to cover that perspective. Normally we share this as a class experience and view it together. I'm going to post the link to the video for Jared Kozotska. He's an illustrator of children's books and has his own success story that resonates with students on their own paths. This is a TED Talk, and if you haven't ever seen one of these, it's technology, entertainment, and design, and there are a lot of inspirational talks, very motivational, and this one resonates with many of the students here at CCAD. That will go up on Moodle, formerly GoStudio. Also, there will be a bigger assignment called Paper Dude. That's meant to get at your understanding and expectations for law and the legal system. You will create a paper avatar that will be used throughout the semester for different scenarios dealing with the law. That will also be posted onto Moodle by week's end. Alright, that's the basic introduction to the course. Expect that there will be additional posts to Moodle as I roll out materials. Welcome to the class, and thank you for being here.